Hi everyone, my name is Kameron, and today I'm back at another book review. So, today, once again, last time we finished off the 4-hour work week. That was the last video once again, and we started off on the Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. And we did not even get to page 1 or chapter 1. This is because the introduction is a good around 20 pages long. So, I just told you about and summarized those 20 pages, and so yeah, we're actually starting on the normal story, no introduction, no beginning, just the actual story now. So I'm not sure this counts as our first book review or our second one.
Yeah, second one.
This is probably our second one, but it's our first time doing the actual book. So last time we were just, last time we talked about what this book is not and a lot of other stuff, and now we're getting on to the normal book, and it will be chapter 1, the Total Money Makeover Challenge, and it's called the Total Money Makeover, so it's just like, the beginning. So, first, it started off talking about the normal American family, and how he was when back then. So the normal American family seemed like every month he sat at a table with a ton of worries, never really shared it out loud to his family, and a lot of problems. He had a lot of debt and too little savings, but they just lived a kind of modest lifestyle and had not really too much control over themselves, and they worked like slaves to a bunch of bankers and the government and a lot of other crazy stuff. So, not saying that's the normal American family, but that's his definition of the American family, and I pretty much kind of agree with it. Because if you don't have that much debt and you're not worrying too much, then you're pretty well off. Okay, so, alright. At the time, I heard like a really weird beeping sound, and it kind of scared me, but at the time, he said that a lot of stuff was like pretty much going pretty bad in the direction, and he didn't really need a get-rich-quick guy to start pumping them up or telling them to get positive, because you don't want to feel your way into being positive. Yes, positivity is good, but you don't want to force yourself. Like, don't force yourself to be positive. Try to be positive, but you don't force yourself to be positive, otherwise it could just like really hurt you somehow. Okay, well, I don't know why the water ball just cracked and not even touch it, but. So, he was just really tired of having to do the bills and all this really crazy stuff, and how he did not like it. And the next thing was, I did it my way wasn't working. So, by his late 20s, when he was like 20-something, whatever it is, but he had a wife already, but, well, they became very broke. I'm sending him my throat. Okay. Turning up, they became very broke. So, they lost everything due to him not being too aware. He didn't know that much at the time, even though he did have a degree and he was pretty sure very intelligent in academics, but not really money-wise. So, they started with nothing, and by the time they were 26, they had real estate that was worth over $4 million, which at the time was a very good amount. You're considered pretty rich. So, you're considered to be wealthy when your net worth today is about $2.6 million. So he was considered pretty rich, and he was 26. That's actually a pretty decent age to get really rich. He had a very good start, and that would be my goal. But I would probably say a little bit higher because it's modern day, and $4 million isn't as much as $4 million back then, but still a pretty good amount. And so he was good at real estate, and he made a lot of money, and he was even better at borrowing money. Borrowing money could help you, but it could also hurt you. Just know that. And even though he became a millionaire, he had built a house of cards. Although you build up, it takes a long time to build up, but it takes one tiny mistake for it all to come crashing down. So, what happened is that they went through a financial storm, and it just tore them apart. apart within a 3-year period of time. One tiny mistake. They were sued, and sued meaning they lose one card at the very bottom, and what that means, the whole card house just tumbles down. So, how convenient at the time when they were in the storm, they somehow had a child, so that's another piece of debt. So that was, they lost even more money, and they became bankrupt. It's not scared, it's crushed. Imagine becoming a multi-millionaire and getting sued, most likely for no reason. Maybe just one little mistake. You lose everything. And like 3 years ago, you were a millionaire, and now you're bankrupt and with a child. So that would kind of suck. So learn from other people's mistakes so that you don't have to make them on your own. If you're the second, like you say, you're a caveman and you're curious of what happens when I jump off the mountain. You don't want to be the first guy to jump off the mountain. You want to be the second. So like, what happens if I jump? And then you don't jump. Someone else jumps. Like, I don't want to become like him. I don't want to break my bones. So let him take the mistake so that I won't have to take it for myself. So yeah, you made a mistake and try not to let it happen to you. Okay. The big challenge, finding a mirror, and the next thing would be ordinary people, and then eventually total money makeover, total money makeover motto. So, okay, for the total money makeover motto, it is, if you will live. Oh no, I saw my foot. Okay, I got it out. If you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. I'll repeat it again because I think I said it wrong. If you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. So, living like no one else means taking risks, working hard and smart, and not just working smart. It's not just about that. Working effectively, making good decisions. If you're willing to do that right now, eventually, if you will try to become wealthy, or if you will work like you're wealthy, then you will become wealthy. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. And, alright, so, the next thing will be, just a little bit story about him, and about, like, actually I don't want to spoil the next chapter, so I'm actually going to go through the next chapter today, so we're going through a good 2 chapters, and right now we're actually a pretty decent way through the book. Maybe, I'm pretty sure we can get through it within 2 weeks, maybe. And also, once again, if you missed the 4-hour work week and you missed last video, then of course, once again, you could visit Kenneth and Kameron YouTube channel or Kameron Pham blog, where you will find Sam Walton book review. And I'm actually starting to write a review on the 4-hour work week, and I'm doing okay. It's going to take about a week or 2. And it will be out there soon. There will be a link on my mom's Facebook page, or you could just Google up the word Kameron Pham blog, and we made it with Wix. So yeah, if you're a little curious of what I've been doing and the books I've been reading in the past, and some of them aren't even books; they're just about ideas, like positive, negative, and a lot of other stuff. The way you think, and a lot of other things. There's only like 1 or 2 fictional things, but the rest I became to do, speak facts. Okay. Let's get onto the regular story now, where, okay, now we're going to start about pretty much their life. It's going to be pretty short. It's going to be very short for someone's whole life. So, early in their marriage, Carrie, who I'm pretty sure is the wife, they just said the word Carrie, not wife or specification. Well, they would stay home with their their children, so stay-at-home mom. And so this decision has disadvantaged them at financial times because they kind of regret that because the wife should have worked. Because of course, it's ideal or like it's known that the wife doesn't work. Like it's kind of expectation. Wives aren't expected to work, and he regret thinking that because a lot of wives do work, and if you do work, double the income. That's going to be a lot better. So that would be great. And imagine living at half your income if you were having your wife work. So that just disadvantaged them because someone has to take care of the toddlers, but they made some mistakes, such as keeping their student loans, and also they had a lot of debt. They came through using a ton of credit cards. That probably explains why he's cutting up a credit card right here. So, okay, the next thing would be, so what happened was eventually they got, I'm not sure if it's in this paragraph or, actually no, it's in a different paragraph. Yeah, but at the time they weren't that good. They started from pretty much zero. They had an education, but if you don't apply your education, then it's useless. Like if you read the 4-Hour Workweek, or if you read the Total Money Makeover, and you don't even make over your money, or if you don't even work 4 hours a week or 5 hours a week, then why did you read the book? It's not a waste of money because at least you're learning a little bit. But if you're not going to take action, then it kind of is a waste of your time. So make sure that you take action, because it doesn't matter until your knowledge doesn't mean anything until you take action. Because let's say you're an expert, but have you ever, say you're an expert at sales, but have you ever closed out a sale before? No. Who do I trust more? The guy who has no experience but sells a lot, but fails a lot, but he takes a lot of action, or the guy who studied a lot but has never sold a single product in his whole life? I would probably take the actioner and then teach him, because I'd rather have more action than too much learn and zero action, because you get nothing. I'd rather have a little bit than none, So the next one is my promise to you. It says that if it's talking about if he promises that if you read this book, then you will have you will learn a lot of like sacrifice, discipline. You can become debt free and all this stuff. And your situation isn't your spouse's fault. It's not your dad's fault, your children's fault. It's not your friend's fault. Guess whose fault is it? Yours. You got yourself into this. You're the one who created the storm, and you have to fix it now. And maybe if you could fix it, you can make it a little bit better. So, yeah, don't blame anybody. Blaming will just hurt you. I just talked a lot, and I need some water. Drink a lot of water. It's good for me. So, alright, next thing. Okay, now this is the actual life story. I was thinking about something else. This is the actual life story about them now. The other one was talking about how bad the situation was. This one is what is going on, and I'm pretty sure you want to know the actual story. So, once again, starting just off about the marriage, they never said anything about what happened to them before the marriage. So, you scared me. The book never stated what happened to Dave Ramsey before, but we are going to do after, because everything interesting comes after the marriage, and I have no clue what happened before that. So, they started off with absolutely no debt, but that also means a little bit no assets, but they did have a few, and they lived on a single income, and I'm pretty sure that came off of Dave's. And if you look at his photo, that is Dave Ramsey right there, and look at him now. I could barely notice him. Well, I could barely tell a difference. Mostly because...
Does he look the same or different?
Does this guy look like the same dude?
Different, huh?
A lot different.
Yeah.
Either because he's bald and he's a little bit older, and he has gray beards, white beard.
But he still look good.
Yeah. He kind of looks. He reminds me of Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
He looks like Steve Jobs.
He look intelligent. Yeah.
But,
and he still look fit. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you have to exercise a lot.
That's why successful people, they look good too.
Yeah. Take care of yourself too. You can't take care of the money.
You have money, you can buy look as well.
Oh yeah.
What's that guy Elon Musk? Buy the look. His hair. He used to be bald, and then after that he had money.
Where'd you get that from?
No, his hair. Okay, never mind.
That's you probably thinking about someone else. I don't know, but if you think of like someone really wealthy and they're bald, they probably buy some wigs. And this guy, I can't imagine him with a wig, so he looks better bald. So, let's get on to the actual story once again. I'm getting too distracted. Alright. Okay, just blasting loud music outside. Okay. They had single income, most likely off of Dave, and they had a little bit of savings, pretty much none, and they made the misguided decision, meaning someone told them, and then they kind of don't listen to random people. Don't take people's word unless you know them very well. Not just that, like your family members could still be very bad. So make sure that you trust them to make sure that they're doing better than you. Only take advice from people who are better than you, okay? Don't take advice from people who are worse.
Even if it's your parents, they have good intention.
If your parents are dimming you, if they are starting to do bad things to you, or if you'll be better off without them, that doesn't mean you should disrespect them because they did create you. But you could be on your own as long as you're above 18, and I'm pretty sure you're over 18 if you're watching this. But yeah, you take advice from people. I take advice from Dave, and the other guy was Timothy Ferris. But I take the advice from them and then give it to you. So, alright. They made a bad decision to move into a larger house because, they thought bigger income, bigger house makes a lot more sense. Might as well upgrade my house, but not really because your family didn't expand, so there wasn't really a point in doing that, and it also will cost a lot more. Don't upgrade it too big. Like if you got a raise of like $2,000 per year and you move from an apartment to a 3-story house, then you shouldn't really do that. That was a misguided decision. This guy wasn't that bad, but he did upgrade to a very much larger house. So he changed jobs and increased the annual income. Everything was doing good, but it gave them the illusion that they could increase their standard of living, which if you I'm making a lot of money, they did not notice that they only had one income, like one flow. But that meant that maybe if I make more money, I can buy a lot of stuff. And then they bought a ton of stuff. And they kind of went a little bit overboard where they already had some cars. They were leasing some cars, and then they bought 2 new cars. Brand new. Like the value goes down, like the first drive you take, the value goes down like a good $7,000. And it will go down a lot.
When you step out the dealer.
Because the knowing that someone used that car once just makes you not want to buy it. Like, would you rather buy a brand new untouched car or a car that's been driven 1 mile? There's a huge difference. Like the value goes down like a few $1,000s the first inch you take on that car. So, alright, so they started buying everything on credit, which I'm pretty sure they regret because he's cutting up a credit card. But they got a home equity loan. Before they knew it, they were buried in debt. They had more liabilities and assets, and they had negative cash flow. So they weren't doing too well. And so by Independence Day, they pretty much have waged war on the debt. So they had $6,000 in savings, but $16,000 in debt, not including house. So they were required to take $5,000 out from the savings and put it towards the debt, but they had $1,000 left for the baby emergency fund because something ever happened to the baby, and it was tough losing money, but eventually they sacrificed a lot of other stuff, and it really helped their debt snowball. They just keep running. Debt is from snowball. It picks up over time. At first it's really small, but like every inch it takes, it layers and layers, and next thing you know, you have a giant snowball or avalanche. So they had to sacrifice in order to get rid of the debt, and so yeah, they began to pay themselves with other creditors and investing for the future, and became better. So the next thing was, don't wait for denial to have denial knocked out of you. Okay, so denial is very, very, like, a lot of people deny. Like, a lot of people deny that they're denying, so it's kind of hard to explain, but people don't admit it. People don't admit the situation, and let's get onto an actual. So, let me check out where chapter 2 is. Wait, are we in chapter 2? I might have just skipped a page. Hold on. I did skip a page. No wonder, silly me. But okay, we're in chapter 2, and the story about them was actually in chapter 2. It is denial. I'm not that out of shape. That's what my mom says. No, that's what a lot of people say. So I'm not that out of shape. Okay, so he became not just physically unfit, but financially flat, like really unhealthy financially. So they lost a lot of stuff, and then they denied. So here's the thing: you have to not deny. You have to know what's going on. I learned somewhere, and I heard somewhere that you don't put out the kitchen fire until you admit that the fire is going on. Like, you have a fire, you're denying, oh, it's not that bad, it's only going to burn the toaster? And then, next thing you know, it's already on your stove. And, say the fire started from the toaster and it moved on to the stove, and then to the drawers. So, until you admit that you're pretty screwed, then you'll put the fire out. Like, why would you put the fire out if you don't admit that it's not going on? You have to admit in order to put the fire out. So you have to acknowledge or realize the situation. What is going on? Admit that you're fat. You don't start working out until you admit that you're fat. Because why else would you work out? For fun? Most likely not. So that's why my mom works out. Just kidding. Alright. So we're doing it to prevent being fat. Okay. If you can prevent the situation, then go ahead and do it. Speaking of denial, the Dave Ramsey show, not just Dave Ramsey, Gordon Ramsay. So, just the last name Ramsey made him think of it, but Gordon Ramsay reminds me of Dave Ramsey's story. See, Gordon Ramsay, he has a show called Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell, and the owners are very stubborn. They deny everything. See, their kitchen is screwed up very, very bad. They have a lot of rats there. The food is horrible, and somebody got sent to the ambulance, and there was a kitchen fire, a lot of crazy stuff. And the owners would not admit that they're doing very well. Then why did they call for help and they didn't admit? Just to waste money? So that's why I just quit the show. But anyways, they denied, and that's why they went bankrupt, because they did not take advice from people. And that's why you don't hate. Like, if you're gonna hate, then just don't read. Don't make it worse for anyone else. Just don't do it. Okay? So, alright, I'm gonna pause this before it makes a really loud noise. I think I just screenshot it, whatever. So, frog legs. That's the next thing of it. Alright, so, let's see. If you have boiling water and a frog. I'm not sure why you would cook a frog, but I'm pretty sure they did it back then. If you throw a frog into boiling water, it would jump in, realize the pain, and jump right out. But think of it as debt. If you lose a lot of money right away, like, oh no, and then you jump right out. However, you have the frog you turn them into room temperature water. Like what happened to him. He just really cool, room temperature, enjoying it. But if you make it go up 1 degree Fahrenheit per minute, or no, like 1 degree every 15 minutes. By the end of the day, the frog would be boiled, but he wouldn't know it. Think of it as debt, $1,000 at a time. 1,000 there, not that. No, let's say 100, because 1,000 is actually pretty much a lot. So, $100. No, it's not that much. I just paid off a few hours of working. Next thing you know, you have about 1,000 times 100, and you have a good 10 grand on your shoulders that you still need to pay off. And then next thing you know, the frog is boiled because he's lowered into his death by gradual exchange. We could lose our money over time. The enemy of the best is not the worst. The enemy of the best is just fine. The frog thinks it's just fine. I don't need it. Because, you know, he's going up. He's barely noticing it. Think of that. It slowly piles up. And like, I'm doing okay. It didn't go up that much today. Next thing you know, when it goes like 10 years, then you know that you're gonna die. But by the time you want to jump out, you're already boiled. So just know that. When you're boiling, admit it's getting a little hot in here. I admit it. It's getting pretty hot. I'm gonna get out. So know when you exit. When it gets too bad, just jump. Okay? No, not like that. But like jump out of your jump out. Try to fix the situation, okay? The next thing would be, alright, that was called frog legs because he died, and the frog died. But the next thing would be, think of it as a lot of families. Like, he had his family, and these, Sarah and John, you know, you don't start a diet by the time you get your heart attack. Because by the time, it'd be too late. Like, oh, I have a heart attack going on. It's just not going to eat any unhealthy food. But, you know, it's already happened. You're probably going to die. So, prevent it. If you notice that you're getting a little flabby, then you better start working out. So, that is, like, the pain. Like, they asked Sarah and John, like, are you doing okay? Like, is this bad? Are you guys doing okay? And like, no, it's not that bad. It's kind of like the frog. They're kind of dying. It's really slowly. But they're not noticing it. And eventually, it got too bad, and then they had a financial heart attack. Suddenly, they just lost a lot of money, and it kind of helped them because it whipped them into shape. And they became more aware, and eventually, they got a lot better, and like, happy ending, okay? Happily ever after, okay? So, they did really good. It's never too late. Like, even though you already had a heart attack happen to you, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people experienced it before, like financial heart attack, because, oh, if you survive a real heart attack, then, good for you. So, financial heart attack, a lot of you have survived a financial heart attack, because I'm pretty sure a lot of us have. Maybe I haven't yet, because, I'm being protected, and I haven't got any heart attacks yet, so, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have had a heart attack. They lost a lot of money, and that's why they became way more aware. Think of the Great Depression. We had a massive heart attack, and we decided to change a lot. So, that's that. Alright, and then, so, that is, I want to summarize what we went over today, and tomorrow we're going to start on a fresh new thing. It's going to be called, let me put this right here. What the heck? There's no stick. Alright, so, it's really hard to place this bookmarks in, but tomorrow we're starting on debt myths. Debt is not a tool. So, I just said it. So, debt is not a tool, debt myths, and so, actually, no, I gotta summarize. I forgot. So, today we talked about how you need to admit it. Because you don't put out the fire until you know it. And I heard that. So, I learned it somewhere else. But, frog legs, you are slowly dying. Make sure you know what's going on. How it would never be too late. If you had a heart attack already happened to you, this book is meant for people who already had a heart attack. So, even though you already had a heart attack, you could always get out. Look at Sarah and John. They had a financial heart attack, and they still became wealthy. So just know, it's never too late to start again. So, and then we completed Total Money Makeover, how you are the problem, not someone else. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we're going to start on chapter 3 tomorrow. And hope you enjoyed it, learned something. Make sure to visit Kameron Pham blog on Google, Yahoo, whatever it is. It's based off of Wix. You have a lot of stories of me ever since starting 87. And Kenneth and Cameron, if you notice, I have a lot more videos than Kenneth. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time. Bye for now.